Welcome to Lesson 182, EFT Tapping Through the Course in Miracles workbook. You can watch Lesson 1 if you want a full breakdown of this process. So Lesson 182, I will be still an instant and go home. Again, these are still longer, pretty dense. We'll do some more in this one where we just read and tap and explore a bit. So, side of the hand, repeating after me. Even though I have been looking for heaven in this world where it cannot be found, I choose to have compassion for myself. I will be still an instant and go home. Even though I may not have recognized this amazing child within me, I choose to forgive myself, open my mind to the ideas in the lesson about them, and open my mind to the lesson overall. Even though I may still not feel at home here. Maybe I never have. And I may still hold weapons of attack and defense. I choose to honor and accept where I'm at and open up to today's lesson. I will be still an instant and go home. Okay, through the points. I will be still an instant and go home. And now just tap as you like as I read this section. The world you seem to live in is not home to you. Somewhere in your mind you know that this is true. A memory of home keeps haunting you, as if there were a place that called you to return. Although you do not recognize the voice, nor what it is the voice reminds you of. Nothing so definite you could say with certainty that you are in exile here. Just a persistent feeling, sometimes not more than a tiny throb, at other times hardly remembered, actively dismissed, but surely to return to mind again. Take a breath, and now repeating after me, just allowing myself to recognize how that resonates with me. This sense of never feeling at home. Allowing myself to release whatever fear or active dismissal I can today. No one but knows whereof we speak. This is referring to wherever home is. Yet some try to put their suffering in games they play to occupy their time. Others will deny that they are sad. Still others will maintain that what we speak of is illusion. Yet who in simple honesty, without defensiveness and self-deception, would deny he understands the words we speak? Allowing myself to recognize this truth for me. We speak today for everyone who walks this world, goes uncertainly about in endless search, seeking in darkness what he cannot find. 1,000 homes he makes, yet none contents his restless mind. The home he seeks cannot be made by him. There is no substitute for heaven. Perhaps you think it is your childhood home that you would find again. That memory is now so distorted that you merely hold a picture of a past that never happened. Yet there is a child in you who seeks his father's house. Where this child shall go is holy ground. It is this child in you your Father knows as his own Son. It is this child who knows his Father. He desires to go home so deeply, so unceasingly. His voice cries unto you to let him rest a while. Give him just a little time to be himself, within the peace that is his home, resting in silence and in peace and love. I choose to do this today. This child needs your protection. He is far from home. He is so little that he seems so easily shut out. Allowing myself to hear him now. And I'm just going to read a few select lines here, just sort of take it in. He knows, yet does he know that in you still abides his sure protection? You will fail him not. He will go home and you along with him. This child is your defenselessness, your strength. He trusts in you. His patience has no limits. He will wait until you hear his gentle voice within you, calling you to let him go in peace, along with you to where he is at home and you with him. When you are still an instant, then you will hear his voice. You will not resist him longer. In that instant, he will take you to his home, and you will stay with him in perfect stillness, silent and at peace beyond all words, untouched by fear and doubt. Just taking that in. Now repeat after me. I choose to rest with him frequently today. I choose to recognize the lessons of that child today. The defenselessness that is my strength. Okay, now just listening again while you tap. He was willing to become a little child that you might learn of him. How strong is he who comes without defenses, offering only love's messages to those who think he is their enemy. He holds the might of heaven in his hand and calls them a friend. Christ is reborn as but a little child each time a wanderer would leave his home. For he must learn what he would do, what he would protect is but this child, who comes defenseless and who is protected by defenselessness. Go home with him from time to time today. Take time to lay aside your shield, which profits nothing, and lay down the spear and sword you raised against an enemy without existence. Repeat after me. I choose to take that time today. I choose to lay those weapons aside today. Christ has called you friend and brother. He has even come to ask your help in letting him go home today, completed and completely. Okay, now, again, just listening. Keep tapping as you like. You have not lost your innocence. It is for this you yearn. This is your heart's desire. This is the voice you hear, and this is the call which cannot be denied. The Holy Child remains with you. His home is yours. Today he gives you his defenselessness, and you accept it in exchange for all the toys of battle you have made. And now the way is open, and the journey has an end in sight at last. Now repeat after me. I choose that I will. Be still an instant and go home with him. And be at peace a while. Okay, take a breath. Okay, how was that for you? Yeah, I couldn't chop up too much of that into it as tapping. It's amazing stuff. For me, at least, especially someone who's, interested in inner child work. It's part of what I do with tapping at times, and I'm studying that more with a mentor of mine, Nico. You can hear her talk about that more on my channel as well, and even in the ebook in the description. Obviously, this is like a bit of a deeper and different context, but when you kind of do work where you connect with the inner child and how powerful that can be, again, of course, it's not exactly the same as what's being said here in Course in Miracles, but this is kind of like a very deep dimension to that. So I just found it super powerful, super helpful. Hope it's helpful to you. I love hearing your comments, questions, thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you on the next lesson. Okay, take care. Thanks.